Hey, welcome everybody. We're back from our short little.
I hope you're feeling better.
I am. It was a very mild case of sickness, so just through about 3-4 days tops. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's all.
Most people.
That
Wasn't awful. So, but yeah. So, and then of course, unfortunately, then we're off for 2 more weeks after this.
Yeah, now we're off for 2 weeks. But that's okay. You're about to go have fun.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas.
Don't get sick again in Vegas.
Well, I hope not. That's.
And then bring it to us.
I have friends. Well, if I get sick, I'm not going to come up to Thai. I'm not. And.
Did you actually just say that out loud?
Anyway, so we are finally going to wrap up this. It's not really 1970 sci-fi because this one came out in 1980, but it must have been produced in the 70s, late 70s. So
yeah, they would have been working on it.
So this is another Roger Corman film. This is Battle Beyond the Stars. Again, another kind of very Corman-like film. But before we get to that, I think we got all kinds of news, and we're going to do our Strange New Worlds 3 episodes we got to get through to catch up. So if you guys...
So if you're just here for Battle Beyond the Stars, get comfortable.
We're come back about 7:25, 7:30.
I'm thinking about that long. All right, guys, let me try to fly as best I can through the news. First of all, guys, this was going to be the news last week, but we were off last week. All aboard. We're going off the rails on a crazy train. Ozzy Osbourne has passed. Yes, that's not sci-fi, I know, but he's our generation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's us, our age. He's our music, and he's gone. All right, news. Resident Alien has been canceled, much to the chagrin of everyone, including me. Last weekend was San Diego Comic-Con, and while the con was described as low-key with not a lot of big Marvel or any of the big franchises, there's still a ton of info on the new shows and movies coming out. So let me try to whip through the highlights before I get to some Star Trek news. Adult Swim used its San Diego Comic-Con panel to announce a new Rick and Morty spinoff called President Curtis, starring Keith David, who plays President Curtis already on Rick and Morty. This is not sci-fi, but if you know, you know. South Park's Trey Parker and Matt Stone were there, ready to comment on their season 27 premiere, and that's really all I'm going to say about that. I hope you've all seen it.
If you've seen it, you know.
If you've seen it, you know.
Yeah.
James Gunn got a victory lap, sorta, I guess, at Comic-Con because he got a standing ovation for how much of a hit Superman has been. I've seen Superman. I liked it. I thought it was good. If you dig that movie, then gird your loins for Peacemaker. 2nd season hits the TV in August 21st, and Peacemaker is a wild ride, and I'm excited for that. Also at San Diego Comic-Con, Ryan Gosling showed his Project Hail Mary. That's going to be a thing. Stephen King movies. There's a new Stephen King TV show called It, Welcome to Derry. Great. Alien Earth TV show got a new trailer. Predator Badlands got a sneak peek. Ooh, Gen V is coming back for its sophomore season September 7th. I am excited for that. God of War, one of our favorite games, must have looked at Halo and all the other ones and said, you know what? We need a TV show. So God of War is getting a TV show. Spinal Tap. Oh, I shared this with you, Rizzo, on Friday or whatever day. Spinal Tap trailer drop. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Ahsoka season 2, first looks great. Critical Role, The Legend of Vox Machina. Okay, whatever. We just skip that one. Oh, War of the World. There's a new War of the World movies. I don't know that War of the Worlds needed to be remade, but okay.
Didn't need to be remade the last time.
Yeah, right. This one's starring Ice-T and Eva Longoria. It's going to be interesting. Speaking of remakes, Tim Burton has decided to remake 1958's Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, and it's set to star Margot Robbie.
They already did that. They already redid that. HBO did it a while back.
Did they really? I must have missed that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
it's done at least once since the original.
Does Attack of the 50-Foot Woman need to be remade?
The original movie stunk.
All right, let's move on to.
You forgot about Wednesday drops next week, August 6th.
Oh yeah, Wednesday, August 6th. You're absolutely right. I am really pumped for that. All right, Star Trek news. At San Diego Comic-Con, the executive producers of Strange New World, that's Alex Kurtzman and what's his bucket there, revealed the name they have in mind for the next show that's going to come after Strange New Worlds. They want to call it Year One. So they feel that saw Where No Man Has Gone Before. That was supposed to be our canonical first episode of the original series. They're like, no, that wasn't the start of the mission. He did some stuff first. We want to see his first day in the chair. So they're going to do it.
I think there's a book, and I'm sure it has nothing to do with it, called, I think, Year One. So, yeah.
Oh, is it called Year One?
There was a book. I don't know if it has anything to do with what they're thinking. And of course, we've seen the trailer already for Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, and I've seen some first looks for Starfleet Academy.
Very Gen Z.
It's more the same. It's
Gen Z Discovery.
And if this Year One is going to be more the same, I'm not. All right, moving on with Star Trek news. Anson Mount had a baby. Congratulations, Anson.
Well, I think his wife
did. The wife had the baby, yes. So now he has two. Her name is Violet. And finally, Rizzo, we got to talk about this before we actually do our review. Let's talk about it because I know you've seen it. Puppet. Strange New Worlds.
Puppet trailer. Yeah, trailer drop for Strange New Worlds, and it's like Muppets. They're all Muppets, and
they're puppets.
I don't even care if this is like a stupid holodeck. Although by the way, they've already dropped some other teaser trailers for them doing holodeck episodes.
Yes, we've seen the holodeck teasers. Yeah.
Which again, it goes back to my original. We have Muppets. We now have holodeck episodes. We have 10 stinking episodes a season, and half of them are goofball episodes.
And half of them are goofy. Yeah.
I'm just, I don't get what they're thinking. I don't know if it's working for other people and they're making money, and I'm the odd man out. Who am I to argue with?
Everyone seemed to like the singing episode. I didn't. Here's the thing, Rizzo, and this is kind of weird. This is oddly following both the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer and its spin-off show Angel, because Buffy the Vampire had a singing episode, and then Angel had an episode where Angel was a puppet, but only Angel was the puppet. All the other people remained human and literally pointed and laughed, because it's supposed to be a spell or a curse or whatever, and literally pointed at Angel Puppet and laughed and said, "You're a puppet."
I understand that's. I know that was thinking it was very popular on those shows to do that, and other shows have done musical episodes. It's very popular, apparently. That's fine, but again, they were getting more than 10 episodes a season.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Star Trek has always had goofball episodes. You look at TNG; they did a lot of goofball stuff. DS9 had goofball stuff. TOS had goofball stuff. If you look at Shore Leave or The Trouble with Tribbles, those were kind of silly episodes.
Out of 22 or 23,
but out of 27, 26 episodes a season, I mean, it's just, it's okay to do it, to do that, step out of your, I don't have a problem with the show kind of stepping sideways a little bit and saying, okay, we're going to be a little goofy. We're not going to do our normal program, but they're just doing it like all the time. It's like, and it's, to me, when I saw the puppet one and it's Puppet Pike and I'm like, Gene is just rolling over in his grave. This is just not what Star Trek was meant to be. It was never meant to be silly.
This is almost an insult to the legacy.
I think so. I've
to Shatner's legacy, online. To the legacy of Star Trek, to the legacy of Roddenberry. When you, I mean, yeah.
This is not what he intended. It's not what he envisioned.
None of it is.
None of it. And they're just trying to hook in now. I don't know. Do we have anybody out of the 7-8 people watching that is under the age of like 35 that, I'm just, because please help me understand.
Maybe Alex, but Alex isn't watching today.
Is this kind of thing connecting with you? And that's what their goal is, to try to hit. They don't care. See, Paramount, CBS, they give a crap about the 50-something, 60-somethings. They just, we're done. We're out of there. We're out of there. They don't give a crap. Even though we're the ones buying these $300 or $400 tricorder, models and stuff like that. because we now have the disposable income at our age to do.
Chris Russo is saying the Muppet stuff is late night TV skit material. It's not mainstream series.
I agree. It's something Robot Chicken would do.
Yeah.
And
the
that's
Puppet
fine.
Angel episode was a curse, and then they broke it, and he was back to human form before you knew it. Like, it was brief. You know what I mean? And it was funny, but an entire episode with puppets, I'm not down for that.
I don't know what they're doing.
We actually don't know.
We don't really know what it is, but it's cringy. So
it's super cringy.
That's all I'm going to say about that and the whole show. And I'm really trying. Like, let me just say this before we get into the episodes. As far as if you take like Strange New Worlds next to Discovery, it's still far better than Discovery was. At least I shouldn't say far better, but it's noticeably better. Well, there's not as much crying. There's a little less talking about feelings. Not a whole lot. At least when they do talk about feelings, they're not in the middle of a life-threatening crisis.
No. When there's feelings, it's Spock's there somehow every time.
Spock's all about Spock's feelings and how he's now. I mean, we'll get into this. Feelings. We're getting a lot of Spock.
A lot of lovesick
Spock. Spock, we'll call him.
Spurn Spock. Lovesick Spock. Why is this happening, Spock?
All right.
Man up, Spock. You're Vulcan.
They just don't, I've seen a couple of YouTubers, they just don't know how to write him. I think that's what it is. They have no clue how to write that character properly. So we're just going to make him silly. And, they just don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to write him.
And God love Ethan Peck. We've met him. He's been to the set tour. I adore him, but I don't know. I don't know how he feels about any of it. He's probably just happy to be getting paid. I don't know. All right, let's do it. Let's review. All
right. So
if you have not seen,
put my little tickers up.
If you've not seen the first 3 episodes of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, put your fingers in your ears and go la la la.
Unless you don't care about spoilers, in which case,
unless you don't care about spoilers.
All right, so let's do the first one, which is part 2 of Hegemony. Hegemony. You'd be like Roy with Camarada.
Do we actually have a timer for this?
Yes, there's the timer. Where we go?
Oh, there's the timer. Okay, go.
All right, so this is the second part. So now we have the Gorn invaded this planet that is not a Federation planet. It's a colony, but not a Federation colony. So there's this kind of whether we go in, they're claiming it, they're not claiming it. So our cast, some of our captain and some of our people have crashed on the planet in a shuttle. They got down there through some maneuvering, and they have to get out. Of course, his main squeeze captain, what's her name?
Patel.
She's down there already because her ship was already there, which has been destroyed. That was in season 2. She, of course, we find out is bitten by a Gorn, which is like being bit by a vampire or a werewolf or a zombie or something, because you immediately get infected with.
You're infected, you're dead.
With whatever, and
eggs.
Then you become a xenomorph, and the eggs pop out of your face, whatever. So there's a timeline they want to get her off the planet and all these colonists. And ultimately, of course, they do through some shenanigans. It really wasn't a horrible, horrible episode, other than we're just dragging the Gorn up again. I think the stupidest part was at the end, the way they get out of it, because the Gorn's ready to kick their ass. They come up with the engineer there, Carol Kane, and another guy come up. Oh, Scotty, I guess it is.
Scotty.
Discover that if certain lens flares or whatever will put them to sleep. Not lens flares. What do you call it? Sun flares.
Yeah, no, it's sun spas or
some kind of radiation frequency stuff puts them to sleep. Yeah. So they blast this into their homeworld or something because they live in like this weird, like 2 sun binary. I don't know. It's really bizarro.
I feel like Next Gen has done the give them the message sleep resolution.
Well, yeah, it was kind of. It was again. It's a good point because it was kind of ripped off from sleep data. Sleep data.
Here's the thing. We had a few moments in this thing. Everyone had a chance to be heroic. There was some action. There's some stuff going on. Sparks flying on the bridge. Ortega's had her moment. She seriously gets hurt. The thing puts its hand up under her ribcage. And she's still, I fly the ship. So she flies the thing out.
She flew the Gorn ship because, of course, she know how to fly everything. Out.
She insisted, yes. And we're like, okay, good. She's going to get set up for a great arc this year. And
she flew the Gorn ship better than the Gorn did.
Yeah.
She flew the Gorn ship better than the Gorn. I mean, which, again, doesn't really jive. But I think what was ridiculous was I think when they were trying to get back to TOS the Gorn are all asleep now for decades, so they put them to sleep.
Yeah.
And so they won't be back for a while. Was kind of the end.
And when
of
they
it.
come back, they will apparently be stupider or something.
Apparently, they'll be stupider, and the Federation will have forgotten all about them.
I did appreciate that it was a lot of women on the bridge, girl power. But yeah, I don't know, man. It wrapped up the story, but okay, time's up.
Time's up. All right, the next one. What's the next one called?
Wedding Bell Blues.
Oh yeah. All right, ready?
Oh Lord.
Okay, so this is again a Spock Nurse Chapel episode. Originally, they were going to some starbase for a Federation Day or something like that, and somehow all of a sudden it changes to. And Nurse Chapel brings Dr. Corby with her, we now know that they are now knocking boots. So all of a sudden, though, there's like a change, and now it's not they're there for Federation Day. They're there for Spock and Nurse Chapel's wedding. They're getting married, and the whole episode is about them getting married and the nuptials to lead up to it. What you figure out if you're a Star Trek fan at all is that the main character that they've introduced is Trelane, who is now messing with them and has given Spock what he wanted, allegedly. Yes. That he wanted to be married to her, and then of course he kind of figures it out that this isn't right, something's wrong, he's not supposed to be marrying her. But there's a lot of emotional crap going on. And a lot of silliness again with crew.
I will give you this. I liked Corby better than I thought I would, because I'll tell you the truth, I did not like Corby in the original series. I didn't like him at all.
Well, he technically was a bad guy in the original series, because he was the first one with an android. He wasn't even human.
This guy actually was making an effort and trying. And I like Just Bush, and I like Ethan Peck, but I don't like...
So, here's the thing. I thought, again, I hate the fact they keep going back to this well of that stuff, material from the original series. There's just no reason for it. Again, Trelane now. Spoiler alert: Trelane is a Q. They've established it as now canon because at the very end, John Delancey's voice is popped in. I do like the actor they got to play Trelane, though, was a good pick.
That's what he started. He was a good pick. Yeah.
He was very good at Trelane. He mimicked William Campbell very well in that kind of flamboyant, very Liberace kind of type. So that was kind of interesting, but it just, again, it's aggravating that why do we have to keep going back? And the other thing is, I just feel bad for Spock as a character, because he's just not the Spock that people fell in love with in the 60s and 70s, 80s was a certain type. There's a reasons that because he was, he was a deep character, and this character is not deep. He's not.
I mean, unless they're gonna bring him to that, and they're trying to show us why he goes there, but I don't. I mean,
he's literally broke, but he's broken up with Christine, and now he's like basically, like upset about it. Like he's not being very vocal.
Yeah. Side note: we do get to meet Ortegas' brother, and he seems to have a fling with Uhura.
That was a sidebar thing there, yeah. So that was that one. All right, next one. Which was the next one called?
Shuttle to Kenfori. I liked this episode.
Okay. All right, let's get the timer going. Okay. So again, this one is this is all part of them saving Captain. Well, I can never remember her name.
Patel.
Patel. Yeah. So they have to go there to get some special plant that might be able to save her, because remember she's infected with Gorn DNA or whatever. Of course, this planet is under high quarantine from the Federation. Federation absolutely says no, you can't go there. So what does our illustrious crew do? They go anyway, because that's what they do. We break protocol, break orders. They go there and they find out the reason and actually it was the Klingons that had the warning saying don't land here. There's a Klingon buoy, because it was apparently under nobody's jurisdiction after the war. They agreed to just nobody own it. Well, we get down there. Short answer is there's plant zombies, or people that are
It was very Last of Us coded.
Yes, and so the Klingons come down looking for them as well. So there's battling between the Klingons. There's battles between the zombies. The Klingons eventually have to partner with our crew, which is only Maue, Mabanga, and Pike. And of course, the one Klingon woman who's in charge decided she's also she's the daughter or something of the guy that he killed in the episode last season. The butcher
that Mabanga killed last season.
So so it's this bizarre thing that he's revenge.
She's not
mad that he killed her father. She's mad that he killed her instead of her. Because she lost honor. So, bottom line is, they get the plant, all the Klingons die, and they get off the planet.
Meanwhile, back on the ship, Ortegas does not exactly obey an order that Rebecca Romaine gives, Chin Riley Una gives, and she gets dressed down for that. Guys, I did enjoy this episode. I thought it was good. I am going to give the writers a huge props, 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up for the Easter egg that's right in front of our faces. Shuttle to Ken Foree, the star of Dawn of the Dead. Ken Foree. Huge zombie movie, zombie star. This was a zombie episode. I thought it was genius.
Yeah. So just jumping back to Ortega, she of course has a huge chip on her shoulder for Klingons because she fought in the war and blah blah blah, and friends died in the war, blah blah blah. So she has this chip on her shoulder. So she was purposely kind of cheating, ignoring orders. She kind of was hoping to basically force Una to attack the Klingon ship. And Una picked up on it. Una picked up on the mistake, and then basically ended. And finally, she gets dressed down about doing something like that on the bridge. And so that was a positive to me that she finally got slapped back hard.
Bill Sotek, I think Patella is going to become the Gorn that Kirk fights.
Yeah, maybe. You never
that
know.
Would be funny.
She's now merged with DNA.
She's merged with DNA. Yeah, I liked Shuttle to Ken Foree. I thought it was a popcorn episode. It moved along, but again, as kind of you're kind of like, okay, they're breaking rules again, and they just do it a little too. Then don't they?
But that's the thing; they do it too. It's too much like, oh, rules don't. I mean, I know everybody's going to go, oh, Kirk broke so many rules. Kirk broke rules, but it wasn't really the same.
The Prime Directive, and so did Kirk, left, right, and center.
It just seems a little bit like Kirk would do it. Kirk would. I mean, I don't know. There's only a few times I think when Kirk got specific orders not to do something, and he did it anyway. He would do things that maybe were against Federation rules, but he was out there. I think the difference was that Kirk was out there on his own, without having all this oversight. So he was making decisions that he felt were best at the time.
I actually presented a list of all the times Kirk broke direct orders. In one of our Star Trek episodes, I had a list of that. He did it 6 or 7 times over the course of shows.
Well, I mean, the joke about he's the temporal police there, and he's the man with how many violations, 9 temporal violations. The man was a menace, and there's a meme going around where it was from 1969 or 68. It was the Macy's Day Parade, and he's in his Shatner's up on the float in his Kirk uniform. So there's a picture of that, and then the one below it, it's those guys from DS9 saying, 9 people.
The man is a menace.
The man is a menace. So that was a good one.
So yeah, Strange New Worlds off and running. We will keep watching and keep reporting.
Yeah,
back.
I'll be honest with you, I'm getting it on less than legal means. We'll call it.
I am too. I gave up my
price. I'm kind of putting a political statement that I'm not giving Paramount any money.
Reasons.
For reasons.
Colbert coded reasons.
Colbert is one of the reasons, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well, we got a drink.
Oh yeah, what are we drinking
That'll be
tonight?
on the stars. So I mean, you got a Scotch and soda. It's what George.
Oh, so like the cowboy had.
Yeah, the cowboy hat on his belt. I need one of those belts, by the way, that can dispense liquor.
And you need to whistle the streets of Laredo.
Yeah. All right, so this is the 1980. One thing I will say about this movie is it had a pretty good cast.
It had an excellent cast.
The cast was like you look at this movie and you're like, okay, this movie should be a lot better than it is.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
With the cast that it had. However, when you watch it, it's like it's not horrible.
No,
it's just cheesy.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's just cheesy, and it's compared to Star Crash, it's hands above better in my opinion.
Yeah.
These effects have been reused so many times. There's another movie that he came out with 4 years later called Space Raiders, I think it was called. Used the exact same every special effect, same ships, everything. He just reused it.
There were a couple gorgeous shots of the ships. Look, there's a lot.
Right, and they used everybody used that same, for a while there. Every sci-fi movie had the ship under, that the Star Destroyer open with the big ship, and we see it keep going. The big, tell you how huge this ship is. I mean, Spaceballs did it, which was funny because it just kept going and going and going and going and going. But again, they're not hiding the fact that this again was supposed to be just a jump on quick money off Star Wars. I mean,
here's the thing on this one, Rizzo. You're right. This movie should have been way better than it was. It has a spectacular cast. It has a really good cast.
I mean, we'll start there. Let's start there because the cast, I think, you have George Peppard. Okay.
Yep.
You guys know him not only from a whole bunch of movies, but don't forget, the what is it? The
A-Team.
A-Team. Got Robert Vaughn.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. You got Richard Thomas, John Boy.
You
got John Saxon, who always plays a bad guy, it seems like.
Yep, pretty much always.
You've got Sybil Danning. She was in a ton of Scream movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who else? I mean, Earl Bowen. You guys know Earl Bowen's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
You recognize his voice. He was in Marta Kristen.
We got Judy Robinson from Lost.
Yeah, Marta Kristen. Jeff Corey from Star Trek.
Yeah. Yes, Jeff Corey from Star Trek, looking the same as he did 20 years ago in Star Trek. Exactly. He played in the Cloud Miners, in case you guys are wondering.
The Cloud Miners, right? So, we have this kind of all-star cast. I'm not saying all. They weren't superstars. Like none of them were superstars.
No,
I think Peppard was the one. I think I read somewhere that like half the budget was Peppard's salary.
Went to George and Robert Vaughn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Rizzo. Here's my take on this. This should have been a better movie than it was because it has a great cast. It had decent effects. James Cameron worked on the ships. They worked really hard on the ships. Each guy's ship was different. Each guy's ship had its own look and its own sound and its own thing. And this thing was meant to have been the Magnificent Seven in space.
Yes, it absolutely was.
And I love the Magnificent Seven. It should have worked. It should have worked. But here's where they fell down. In the Magnificent Seven, as you're going along, gathering up the seven one at a time, they are together. They stay together and they go on to get the next guy. And so the interactions between them as they go on to get the next one, you get to know them. So by the time you get to the big ending in the battle, and one dies, you feel bad. Right. You know them. These guys, like John Boy, would go around and recruit the next one, and they go, "Okay, great, then I'll see you there," and leave them and go alone to the next. So there's no interaction. Like there was no getting to know them. It was very not impersonal, but just it could have been.
You didn't get enough back. I think the one that got the most backstory was Robert Vaughn's character, that he was basically a smuggler. Well, he was basically a murder for hire.
He's the same character he played in the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, but he just I got he kind of got where he was coming from. I think he was the one that had the best backstory, and like the cowboy guy, like
just him, like flying the ship, and
he was probably only on set for like a day.
Yeah. They had some of the same beats as the Magnificent Seven. Like they had, "Oh, I'm sorry for your poor welcome," and a couple other beats that the Magnificent Seven had. It should have worked. It was lacking something.
Well, it was lacking money, I think. I think, it's the Roger Corman movie. I mean, it was right in line with what you would expect from a Roger Corman movie. And it's funny you're talking about the ships and everything, and it was Cameron that designed the Corsair there.
Yeah,
the ship, and he wanted. We always joke about the ship having boobs. He literally did that on purpose. He says, "Well, a Roger Corman ship's got."
The ship was cool. It's the first example of a sentient ship with a voice that talked. Excellent. It was meant to look like a woman's torso. I personally feel it looks like a snail. It looks more like a snail because it has that up part.
I know what you're saying, but there's boobs.
I see the boobs. Yeah, the boobs are down the bottom. But the thing that goes up the top, it's snail-like.
Yeah, I know. It was definitely weird looking, but I mean, he wasn't going to make it completely look
Bill. I noticed that too. I actually said that out loud while I was watching. I was like, it kind of looks like a uterus and ovaries.
Yeah, it does. I was going to mention that. It does look like you got fallopian tubes again, and you kind of have a uterus. I was going to mention that too. It's true. And I think that was all done intentionally. I think
the home planet was named Akira after Akira Kurosawa, who of course did Seven Samurai. Like, guys, this should have been genius, but it didn't. It just didn't. I don't know, man.
Well, again, yeah, you're right, Chris. Star Wars did spoil everybody, but this wouldn't have been made had Star Wars not been a huge hit.
True. That's true.
Because remember, he was using Star Crash to see how that piece of crap would go. And this one.
And when it went,
it did better than he thought it would in the States even. And then because I think at the time, we as viewers, kids or whatever, were like a sponge for that. We would sucked up anything space opera.
Yeah,
we would have sucked it all up. Sucked it up because we were in Star Wars withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? It was like we need more. And anything that came out, we were going to watch. And I think that's why a lot of these movies did well, because we would just watch them. I mean, I remember the first time as a kid I went and watched Blade Runner, and I was kind of like not liking it.
What the hell is this? Yeah, where's my?
Yeah, I'm like, but why is there
nothing
nothing happening? Like this
There's
is
no
boring.
action. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as a teenager and adult, I appreciate the movie much more for what it was. But when you were kind of expecting, you saw Harrison Ford in a science fiction setting, you were expecting some kind of more Star Wars, and you didn't get that at all.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah.
John Boy nails the earnestness Luke Skywalker part.
Yeah.
Sybil Danning
he goes back and forth, because one minute he's like the little farm boy, but then sometimes he's like a little wise assy little.
A little bit, yeah. He could be a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Sybil
he was why did he treat Sybil Danning so bad? That character, like he was like, she wants to help, let her help. You're desperate. You're going to turn somebody away. I thought that was the stupidest thing.
Right.
He's like, why are you being so arrogant with her? It's like she kicked your butt. So she had like 3 outfit changes, by the way.
I'm gonna say the space battles might have been the weakest part of the movie. I didn't feel like. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, did you notice how the ships would fight and shoot each other, and then one would get shot, and then it would crash it would just like crash into like there was no like the timing on the space battles was weird. The timing was very strange.
Well, the thing is, and I know it would have been nice if somebody lived. I think would have been nice if somebody lived, besides John Boy. But I know that's probably not really the story. I kind of was really hoping like the space cowboy guy he should have lived. Some lived. You think he would have had some kind of like ejection? Nobody had ejection system. No escape pods in their craft, apparently.
And then
he had the most time to bail out.
Yeah. There were a few bizarre choices that left me going, what is happening here? Did you notice that the bad guys got that girl? They had a girl, and they had her. They were torturing her.
That's actually the sister, the main character.
Oh, the sister. Yeah, that's right. Sister. I think it's implied that they rape her. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, no, there's no implication. That was clearly.
They did. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But then cut to John Boy and what's her bucket, and they were so chaste, like they were so sweet and darling. Yeah. Do you have kissing on your planet? Yes, we have kissing on our planet. Like it was so.
Well, yeah, they were acting like they were so innocent, and there was a lot of inconsistency.
The pendulum swung hard on that one, and I had whiplash. Yeah. I was like, "What is going on here?" There were just some weird choices, very weird choices going on in this thing.
That's again, I think when they did it, I don't know if they really had like a plan. Like they had a script and everything, but I think it was just they were throwing it together.
They were, yeah,
very quickly. And again, in typical Corman fashion, it was just really about making money. I just read a fact. Bill Paxton actually was one of the carpenters.
Yeah, he worked on the carpenter. He was a carpenter. Yeah, this is the kind of movie like kids love this movie because kids are fantastic at suspending disbelief and they don't criticize and they don't notice things. Adults watch this thing and they go, what is happening? we can't follow this, but little kids love it. And so I kind of see how this thing got popular. Like a lot of people.
I remember. I didn't see it in the theater. I'm positive I saw this on TV.
Everyone saw it on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it was. You remember, we only had a $2 million budget, and like half of that was Robert Vaughn and, like you said, George Bart's salary. So they didn't have a lot to. But like I said, they reused it. And of course, there was somebody who's talking about. I think it was Chris talking about the music, and of course, you're pretty familiar with. It sounds just like I don't know, Wrath of Khan.
Sounds like a couple things, yeah.
And they did reuse this. They reused this exact same soundtrack on another movie, like literally the exact same soundtrack.
Yeah.
James Horner, of course, was the.
This is another great example of, and there's a million examples of this, of let's go digging through the trash to find things to make a set with. Like, let's make a set on $0.84. I love it. I love it. Gives me hope.
The other thing that would have been interesting was talking about backstories. I would have liked more backstory on the bad guy.
Yeah,
because it's like he's almost like they're all the people on the ship are clones, so it's like a whole race of clones except him.
Yeah, and they're all like
him.
Yeah.
So like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Chris LaRoche, you're absolutely right. This had a score from James Horner. This movie should have been a smash hit sensation.
Well, I don't, I think it made its money. I don't know. I'm going to look up to see if it shows.
I actually have that information right here. I will tell you if it made its money.
It had to with a $2 million budget. Yes. How could it not?
$2 million budget. It pulled in $11 million. So that by Hollywood standards,
for Corman, that's a huge win.
That's a win. Corman bought an old lumberyard to turn into a studio, and he never changed the sign out front because he thought for some reason people would rob a studio, but they wouldn't rob a lumberyard, whatever that reasoning was. So he left it lumberyard. And so carpenters would show up looking for lumber and he'd put them to work. He'd be like, hey, can you work on this set while you're here?
Like, I don't have any wood except to build this set. But yeah, if you want to, that's funny. But yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, it's one of those movies that I don't have any desire to watch it again. Like, I watched it. If it's on, I'm not going to sit here and watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it doesn't have any kind of special, even watching, from knowing I'd watched it as a kid. I mean, I think I liked it when I was watching it as a kid, probably about, I don't know, 1980, I would have been 13. So yeah, 14, 15-year-old kid, I would have liked it. But probably a lot of it had to do with Sybil Danning in her outfit there. So
she was doing the William Ware Tice theory of
one
strap.
Her outfit every time. Like every time you see her, she's in a different outfit.
Every time you see she's in a different outfit, and there was one strappy one that you're like, where are her? Like, how is that covering her? It's not. It must be like, what's happening?
Her ship was just a recliner. Did you notice that?
She's just laying back. Anatomically, this is not working, this costume. And she knew it. She knew she was the sex appeal of the movie, and she loved it. She was down for it. She was in it. The cast went into this really cheerful. They loved making it. They were very optimistic about it. I saw an interview with Richard Thomas, John Boy, where he was like, he says to Roger Corman's assistant, like, I hope this movie's good. Like, I hope this movie makes money. And the assistant says, oh, he wouldn't be doing it if he didn't think it was going to be a hit, or he didn't think it was going to be a smash. And so Richard Thomas was like, okay, I just put myself in. I'll trust it.
At the time, Richard Thomas was getting up. I think he was getting tired of being. He was always John Boy, and he realized he was going to start being typecast that way. And even most people don't remember his name, but they'll remember John Boy. Like if they see his picture, they go John Boy.
John Boy. And he's done. If you look at his IMDb, he's a phenom. He's done a ton.
Yeah,
I mean,
stuff. He did. So he did this, and he did All's Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah,
which was a really good movie, by the way. If you catch his version of it, every version I've seen of that movie is usually pretty good, but his was pretty good. So he was trying to do things that were outside of John Boy.
Of John Boy.
Although he kind of ended up being John Boy.
John Boy.
Sort of. But that's why he did it, was to try to step away from the Waltons. which what's interesting is you don't see that in syndication or anything. Like that was such a popular show.
It was.
You don't ever see it like on reruns or like even. Yeah, I think there's DVDs of it, but
it's
like
gone.
we used to watch. Remember that was like a thing we'd watch as a family. That was like a family show.
Well, it was touted as the wholesome family television. Like
we used to watch it. My whole family used to watch it. Yeah.
Oh,
good night, John Boy. Good night, man. Good night, man.
And good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, John Boy.
That was the thing. Good night, John Boy.
And he wouldn't be going to bed. He was staying up writing because he wanted to be a writer.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So, God, I don't know what else to talk about. There's just this movie. So we took up a half an hour with Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and we're still running low here.
And we're still running.
There's just not a lot. I mean, even if you look it up, there's not a lot on it other than what we kind of went over. Like I said, they've reused a lot. You'll see these effects. These effects were used. They must have went into like a production house type for like general use, like almost.
They probably needed to recoup
like stock footage because I've seen Sador's ship reused in several other cheesy TV shows, sci-fi things that needed a ship, and they would throw it in. And actually, any of the ships from this movie, like I said, they used every single effect from this movie. He used it. I think it's 4 years later, at 1984, in I think it's called Space Raiders. It's like a kid that stows away on with some pirates or some crap like that, and but it's I know it's the same effects, and it may even be the same James Horner score used all over again.
Wow. Yeah.
Like they literally just repackaged everything.
Here's something good we can say about it. It gave James Cameron his start because I don't know what was going on. I didn't catch this whole story, but for some reason the art director was fired. And so the entire crew, so he leaves and the entire crew just kind of looks around and they all kind of unanimously look to James Cameron and said, all right, you're in charge now. And they just kind of put James Cameron in charge. He did a great job. I mean, he had Legos and stuff they found under the couch to work with. He did an amazing job.
No, and the thing is that was kind of funny with the whole planet of Akira. I always thought it was like the whole planet was apparently uninhabitable except for this one little patch where they lived. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it mentions it like, they're all planet except there's one little green area or
one little green patch, which reminded me of that one where
I mean, like, dude,
nice house.
You should have just like had Cowboy Guy get a big trailer, and y'all could have packed into that and just go to Earth. I mean, there was 50 people that lived there.
It cracked me up that he was Earth, like he was our Earth.
He was our Earth. I'm like, why did you pack these people?
So had the bad guy been to Earth?
Well, he at least, you think that he was just out in the universe and talking to people. He's been hauling he was hauling weapons, remember, for another planet that Sador, that's the one he blows up with the, what do you call it? What was it?
Oh,
what the hell is it called? Like something, what the heck was the name of the stupid super
I don't
weapon?
remember.
Somebody in the comments will know. I can't remember what the hell the stupid something. what the hell was it? It was dumb. Anyway, and so they blow up the planet a la Death Star, and something conveyor or something, the stellar conveyor.
I don't remember.
It's called the stellar conveyor or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it basically blows up planets is what it does. And
it's the Death Star. It's basically the Death
Star. He knew all about that, but he was bringing weapons to that planet. That's what he said. He's like, well, I got all these weapons here because I have nobody to bring them to. They're paid for, and the people that were supposed to get them just blew up. So so I had all these
stellar converter. That might be right.
What did I say?
Conveyor,
converter,
whatever.
You say potato, I say potato, whatever. Yeah, stellar converter. There you go.
I'll tell you this. When I read that this thing was supposed to be the Magnificent Seven in space, I did sit down and watch the Magnificent Seven again. I got me some Yul Brynner and some Charles Bronson and some Steve.
Okay, so you're not the Japanese version.
No, not the Japanese. The 1960 version. It's
a great film. The one with one of the best soundtracks ever made. Certainly one of the best Western soundtracks ever made.
Yeah. It's a great film. We should probably do the Magnificent Seven sometime if we're ever doing a non-sci-fi night.
We're gonna do Western distilled. Westerns distilled.
So yeah, Western distilled. Here's the thing. So every now and again I put up a show or a movie up for remake. I would put this movie up for remake. I think they could do it better. I think they could make it more Magnificent Seven-esque. I think could stand to be redone.
I think you're right. Actually, I think this one could be made. Don't call it Battle Beyond the Stars
and start from scratch.
But yeah, I think you could do it. I think they redid the Magnificent Seven at least once, the Western version.
Oh yeah, I get that every now and again. Chris Pratt, Chris Pratt did a version.
So no,
but I would like to see the Magnificent Seven in space, but done well, with some integrity and more budget than
I think. Well, wasn't that kind of what they were stupid with that Stellar? What was that? The one that was on Netflix that was supposed to be Star Wars, but wasn't. Rebel Moon.
Oh yeah, that's
supposed to be kind of a same sort of thing where they're.
No one liked it.
Well,
it was just bad. It was like Jupiter Ascending. It was like packed with a lot of whack.
It didn't. There was a lot of things wrong with that.
It was like a lot of tropes we've already done before. Nothing original. I don't know, dragged in parts. I saw it. It.
So I mean, no, I do agree. I think you could make this movie in modern times, in a space genre, and make it work. I think you could. I think the key to it would be casting. Getting the right people to do the right characters, and then really you got to have some really good dialogue. I think, not just action. You know what I'm saying? I think you really need to have, like you see, flesh out these characters, make you want to save whoever needs to be saved.
Make you want to save whoever needs to be saved,
and don't make them so sheep-like.
Yeah,
like they can't. You know what I'm saying? Make it more like, I don't know.
Chris says, "I am so." Yeah, make it
Yavin or something. You know
make it a little more. You make it a little more Andor-esque. Like give it stakes. Give it stakes.
By the way, I've been rewatching that show. I have 3 episodes left. It's even better when you don't sleep through half of it. So, which I tend to always doze off watching TV at night. But I'm watching this. I'm like, this show it's so deep. And the more you watch it, the more things you pick up that you didn't pick up the first time you watched it. I don't want to get off track, but I just sit there and watch. I'm like, this is why can't they make more shows like this?
Right? It's layered. It has layers.
Somebody put some effort into it. And it wasn't just something chunked out with a big budget.
A Battle Beyond the Stars remake could be layered and could have a little effort put into it. I don't see why not. It was good. Severance is that way too. Severance is layered. Yeah, Chris, I would love to do Magnificent Seven. It's one of my all-time favorites. Love me some Yul Brynner. Love me some Steve McQueen.
It's a good one. It's a good one, but it's not, in my opinion, the best Western ever made. Really?
Where would you put the best Western?
Best Western ever made.
It's in Taekwondo. Never mind.
No. It to me, I think Silverado is the best Western.
Oh, Silverado.
It also has a very, very good soundtrack. So
a little more contemporary. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sticking with Magnificent Seven. I just like it. I love the opening scene where a native has died and the townspeople are.
But I think the dialogue and the interaction and the backstories that we have going on, and the bit of humor that is interjected at the right times in Silverado, I think it's a more interesting story. My opinion, and I just think the cast is amazing, the soundtrack's amazing, the dialogue's amazing. It's my personal opinion.
No, go back and rewatch Magnificent Seven and look for character interaction because it's good.
Yeah, I just Pastor Bill says Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Oh yeah, Blazing Saddles.
It's a good one, but I don't put it in the same genre because that's comedy, straight comedy. So.
It needs better ingredients. Yeah, that's a good one, Bill. I like that line. I like that line when I'm talking about movies or TV shows. Oh, the good, the bad, the
ugly. Those are all good. They're all good movies. I'm going to stick to my guns and say stick with Silverado.
Any of these movies could be set in space and should have been set in space. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We could do the good, bad, and ugly in space.
You could. I mean, that's the thing with West.
Excuse me, I'm off to write a
the
screenplay.
Wild West and Space: The Final Frontier aren't that very different because you can easily have that.
Well, it was wagon train to the stars. I mean, you know.
I'm just saying, but you can easily have that lawless
Snowy River,
kind of thing without. It's the same kind of thing. You can have this wild West or frontier kind of space frontier where things are not.
Pablo from Mexico says Unforgiven. Yeah, there's a lot of great westerns out there. Any of which could be translated to be space operas.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of good westerns. It is amazing me that they Firefly is a space western. That is
Firefly is
certainly that to me is really Firefly is. I don't know. I actually have a very you're talking to somebody that has a very special place for Firefly and Serenity.
We love Firefly, yeah.
Yes. So that show is just like if we've talked about it, it's lightning in a bottle.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Without that same cast and writing, I don't think you'd ever get it back. What's that?
Firefly was one of the very first ones we ever did on the show.
Yeah, it was early. Yeah,
not the very first, but it was early. We did it early.
Yeah, we did. It's been a few years since we did it.
Yeah,
we did that. I don't think we did Serenity the movie. I want to say we did.
I don't believe we did.
No, well, we might have to do Serenity the film.
Too soon. I'm not ready to see what's his name float like a leaf. Too soon.
Still morning wash.
Canceled on
the wind. He'll get in. He's got so much work. That boy, he don't care.
He don't care.
I mean, I wouldn't say he doesn't care, but out of all that cast, he's the one that's like, I'm working my ass off today.
Yeah, he voiced K2SO. He voiced Gary the robot from Superman.
I mean, he voices. You should see there was somebody that posted on one of the pages. They had like made figurines of every single character he's ever just done voiceover for.
And he's got dozens.
And it's like the whole desk is like covered in all these little figurines of different people that Alan voiced. So yeah, he's a superstar now.
Wait, is this true? You're about to go meet him now.
Well, I already have. I have met him once.
Oh, you already
I met him in Montreal a year ago, and I got his photograph with him, and we're holding the dinosaurs. And I had him sign my.
Oh yes, that's right.
Had signed. He has a horrible. By the way, you can't read what he writes. He has to tell you what he wrote. So he wrote something, and this land shall be fertile, and call it land or something, that kind of thing. And then so I did that, but he is going to be in Vegas with the cast of Resident Alien, not the whole cast. The two female main characters,
Sarah Tomko and probably Alice Wetterland,
the one with the bright red hair, and the one who
played Darcy and Asta.
The one who Asta, right?
I love Asta. I love her.
I think I want to say one. Oh, the wife of the mayor. She's going to be there too.
Oh, the wife of the mayor. Oh, I don't know her name.
It's going to be a really interesting, just to talk about. We got a few minutes. Star Trek Las Vegas. If you guys have looked at, because it's they're branched out from Star Trek.
Orville people there too, right?
And the what?
Isn't there a bunch of Orville people there too?
Not Orville that I'm aware of. There are going to be. So we're going to have Sam Jones from Flash Gordon, and what's her name that played Dale Arden. I'm terrible with these names. She's going to be there. They're having a bunch of people, like minor people from Star Wars. Some of them were puppeteers, but the big one is they're going to have Billy D. Williams is going to be there for one, they call it a splash.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, so I'm really stoked. I gotta get on Billy D and meet Billy D.
Oh, Alan Tudyk will be there. Yes.
Alan Tudyk, I said, and him and those other women. Trying to think of what else. There's a bunch of them. They're dropping like little. Supposed to be Barbara Bain is supposed to be coming, and Nick Tate from Space 1999.
Babs. You can tell Mabenga what you think about him. Oh yes, Barbara Bain, Billy D. Williams.
So it's going to be a really, really good show, I think, this year. And I love the fact that they're branching away from just Star Trek people and getting in other.
Oh, guests. Baby Drummer's gonna be there.
Yeah, I got a photo.
Full Meanie, he never does anything. He'll be there.
He's been there every time I've gone.
Really? See, I thought he didn't do a lot. One of my favorites, Daniel Davis, is gonna be there. Daniel Davis, you guys played Professor
So
Moriarty.
you know what? I noticed they sent out an email, and normally you can't get autographs, but now there's a separate company that you can go through and buy autographs from them, and they will go and get the autograph.
He played, you guys. Daniel Davis played Moriarty on Star Trek, yes. But you know
what? He's been there. He was there when we were there.
He played on The Nanny. He played Niles the butler on The Nanny, and his one-liners were.
Back in 2018, he was there when we were there.
Was he?
Yes.
How did I miss it? D. Bradley Baker's gonna be there. I love D. Bradley Baker. He voices all of the Bad Batch, all of them, and all the other clones too.
There's a lot of good stuff. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna run out of. I guarantee I'm gonna run out of money because
Edward James Olmos, Battlestar Galactica, love it. Ethan Peck will be there. Ethan Phillips will be there. Eugene Cordero, who we also love from Tacoma.
Yeah, and Simon Pegg, which is a really big one. That's one of their big ones. So I'm really looking forward to meeting Simon Pegg.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo is going to be there, right? Yeah, that's the other one of the Star Wars.
Gigi Edgley, because she's everywhere. Okay.
I didn't see her yet. I didn't. Oh, she's on the list. Are you sure you're looking at Vegas? Because you know they have other conventions.
Nope, I'm looking right at it. Las Vegas.
All right. Well, good. Gigi might be another one. I'm a big Farscape fan as well.
Gigi Hertzler, he's always there. John Billingsley.
Yeah, they're always there. Billings is great. Billings is funny because he usually doesn't have a line of people. You know, he'll have one or two if the most.
You know what?
And he'll sit there and bullshit with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, he will.
He guys like, go away. I don't want to bother talking to you. But he's such a nice guy. You could chit chat with him, and you know.
Kirk Thatcher is going to be there. He is a buddy. It says he'll be at the Inglorious.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He's
a buddy of Darren. See if you can get Darren introduced you, because I would love to have him out to the set.
Well, yeah, funny you say that because I was contacted by the Trek experts. They need help.
Oh.
They were wondering if I would be willing to volunteer as being help with them. The problem is, I told them I would be ad hoc because I have other obligations with other people.
That's right. Yeah.
And I don't want to spend my entire week there, right? Because I saw poor Brian Mix, who works for them, just like never got a break. Because they're so busy because, you know, they have their own theater now at Star Trek.
Yeah, they host everything.
They have the Trexperts theater.
So you wanted someone to run the booth while they were off hosting stuff?
He could. I asked, Brian was kind of vague about it. He was like, well, maybe just escorting guests to the stage or stuff like that. And I said, well, okay. Get me whether there. I said, kind of, you know, I don't want to commit to anything because I didn't want to say, oh, well, then I got to be with you guys.
I wish I would have known. I would have gone and helped. I'm not completely useless.
They're not paying you. It's a typical.
I know, but I'm willing to
volunteer. You're paying her everything.
People will be there, so you can say hi to Sandy.
Oh yeah. She's already told me. Make sure you come say hello. So
and
Luna and all the other
Stashwick. I think Stashwick would be awesome at the set tour.
Yeah, he'd be great. I did meet him last year, and I got his autograph. So, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna have a blast. I'm jealous.
Oh yeah, I had a good time last year. It's exhausting, but a lot of walking. I have my fancy, very expensive shoes that I bought after Saturday.
Yeah, you need comfortable shoes.
So I got these ones that feel like you're walking on springs. Remember the moon shoes?
Yep.
Feels like those, walking on the moon shoes.
All right, let me tell you.
Anyway, it's 8:00. Yeah, what's Roy got going on?
Roy, no show tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Friday. No show on Friday. On Sunday, August 3rd, he will be doing the fantasy adventure. It's a Hammer film. She from 1965, starring Ursula Andress, Peter Cushing, and Christopher Lee. Tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Hammer House of Horror one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Hammer.
Yeah.
Yes. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. on WUSB Stony Brook, Captain Phil has us. Sci-Fi Distilled will be joining Captain
Phil. You reminded me of.
Surprise, you're on the radio tomorrow. And we will be talking about Trek Condoroga. You can stream WUSB Stony Brook right on your laptop if you want to listen in.
Or you can even ask your Amazon Alexa.
Yes, you can ask your Amazon lady. Say, Amazon lady, play WUSB.
Yep.
And she will.
She will.
Rizzo, I understand we're off.
We're off.
Not just next week. We're off for the next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks. So it won't be till the make me do math. The 20th, we should technically be back. What we're gonna do? I don't know. We could do a whole show on Vegas and
yeah, I'll do a whole show on Vegas.
Ticonderoga wrap up show. If you guys even give a crap.
Good idea.
So anyway, yeah. So on that note, I guess to wrap up this movie, you guys seen it, you know it. You don't need to.
It's a fun
really
movie.
Not much to say. I mean, it's not horrible.
On a Saturday afternoon.
There's a lot worse movies out there than this one. That's all I'm gonna say. So
Dark Star was worse than this.
Dark Star was worse.
It was.
Star Crash was worse than this one.
Star Crash, man, it also had its moments, but yeah, Star Crash was probably worse.
The only thing Star Crash had over this was the not animatronics, the stop action there.
Yeah, the stop action, the Harryhausen
stuff. So
yeah.
All right. On that note, I will say good night. Live long and prosper, and as always, may the force be with you. Always.
Bye.
Good night.